So today is going to be a very short video. I'm just going to show you basically how to cut up a pineapple. I use two different knives. I use, believe it or not, I actually just use a bread knife because it's easy to get through the skin of the pineapple initially, and then if there's any eyes left on it, I just used a smaller serrated knife. So these are the two knives that I use. So we're just going to set those aside for right now, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the pineapple basically. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people that don't know how to pick out a pineapple. Now if you go to the store and you see pineapples that are really green, they're not the ones that you want to buy if you want to eat them that day. Okay, so you have to keep it in mind. If it's really green, don't buy that pineapple if you're going to eat it that night, if you plan on eating it that night. This one here that I picked out, you can see it's actually pretty yellow, okay, and this is ready to eat right away. So if you picked out a completely green pineapple, you wouldn't be able to push down on it. It wouldn't be soft. It would be pretty much rock hard. This pineapple is really ready to go. If you see here that if you push down on it, I don't know if the camera picks this up or not, but if you push down on it, there's a little bit of give to it. This is the pineapple that you want to buy if you want to eat them right away. So I'm going to show you how to cut this up real quick, and it's just going to be a straight through video. There's not going to be any editing. There's not going to be different sections to it. So let's get on with this. So the first thing I do is just kind of lay it on its side, and I look at the top and the bottom, and you want to try to square this up as much as possible. So, you know, maybe an inch from the top, I just take my knife and I just run it straight down. This is important that you get this straight, and I'll show you why it's important. So we're just going to go straight down into the pineapple, and hopefully that stays. So don't throw this away, okay? You're going to keep this, and I'm going to show you why you're going to keep this in 1 second. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and then the second thing is you're going to do the same thing to the bottom. You're going to take off about maybe an inch, ½ inch to an inch, and you're going to cut it. You're just going to cut it straight down. This you can throw away. We're not going to save this part of it. So now you're left with this. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably seen cores. You can put a pineapple core on this. The same thing with like an apple core to just extract the inside, which is this little discolorated hard area. If you press on it, that's the core, and if you go to anywhere around that perimeter, it gets kind of soft. Okay, so that's the part you want to eat. You don't want to eat the core, obviously. So what I do is I just go in about I don't know, it's hard to say. You got to kind of look at the rind. I'm in probably about a ½ inch right now, so I always just cut the first piece and see where I'm at, which, okay, so if you look at it now, you see it's pretty much all pineapple. You do have a little bit of these dark eyes left in here, so the next cut I'm gonna go just a little bit deeper, which means I'm gonna pull my knife in a little bit further. So okay, so this doesn't actually look bad. So all we do is just continue, and we just, pineapples are just so easy to cut up. A lot of people, I don't know why, they're just intimidated by cutting up a pineapple. That's why I figured I'd make this little short video to show you guys exactly what we do here. So this is the pineapple stripped down basically. So the reason why I need the second knife, which is your little serrated knife, is if you have these little eyes, all you got to do, just like that, right? It's very simple. And be careful because they are a little slippery once the rind is off them. So this is all you got to do. You really don't even have to like saw back and forth. You can just kind of just push right down if your knife is okay. So we're just going to clean this up a little bit here, just like that. And it's this easy. Okay, so we'll get this out of the way, and now I'll show you how to cut up the rest of it. So like I was saying, if you look at the center right here, this area is just the core. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut to, in this case it's my right, to the right of where it just about begins to become soft. And all we're going to do is just cut straight down, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So I just basically square it up into 4 pieces basically, and they're not all going to be equal, but they will be. Okay, so basically this is what you get left with the core. This area right here, so you only got a little bit of waste. There's a little bit of waste right here, so if you wanted to, you could actually cut down like that, but it's going to be very, very thin pieces. I actually don't even bother with that, so this to me is garbage. Okay, so all we do from here is we just cut it into strips, right? So we just do it just like this, and that's it. That's how we cut up a pineapple. Make sure not to cut your fingers if you're using a really sharp knife. Okay. All right, so okay, so now I'm just going to push this board aside, and I'm going to show you now why I didn't throw this away. Now, I don't do this I don't do this as a regular unless I have you know, a little get together, or I'm making like a fruit bowl or salad or something like that. This is more for presentation. So just like that, right? You can do this. You got a nice little centerpiece, and then it's just literally as simple as this. It's just put your pineapple in here all the way around. Very, very simple, and it gives it just a little extra, right? You know, instead of just having your pineapple sitting in a bowl on a table, you can do it just like this. And I'm just going to wipe my hands here. Okay, so this is how I would serve this if I was having a little get together or I was having a party. So here you go. Very simple. Don't be intimidated of a pineapple. Just get in there, cut it, follow this, and this is what you'll wind up with. Okay, until the next video.